Good evening, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the Thunderbolts Baseball Network. We are here for Game 2 of this two-game set between the Bethesda Big Train and your Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. Unfortunately, for those who were tuned in for last game, we got cut quite abruptly during the middle of that as, number one, our computer got overheated due to the sun, and secondly, Thunderbolts first baseman running into the tent and unfortunately knocking over the camera on a foul ball. So a couple of unfortunate mishaps led to our stream getting cut off last game. So we apologize for that, but we are back in full swing for Game 2. Radio only, unfortunately, but rest assured we will be updating you on what's happening in the game. So last game we cut you guys off when the Bolts were down 4-0. Bolts made somewhat of a swing back in the top of the third, scoring 3, getting within 1. And then the Big Train responded with 3 more in the bottom of that frame, making the score 7-3. And the top of the next inning, Thunderbolts put up another 2, thanks to an error by the third baseman by the Big Train, getting the score back within 1. And after the Big Train added 1 more, that will be the final score. And the Big Train, the Thunderbolts dropped Game 1 by a final score of 8-5. Not a terrible game by the Thunderbolts by any means, but definitely things to be cleaned up, partner. Mostly in the defense.
Yeah, it was tough, especially kind of in those middle innings. I mean, you can't give runs and you can't give help to the Big Train, and they took advantage. Talked about it a little bit, but they're a good team. They take advantage of mistakes, and in that game where, if you take away some of those errors, it's a different ball game. I mean, it's got to be better. Got to be better in this game.
Absolutely, and we won't go into them into grave detail. However, there were a couple of pass balls on pickoff attempts. There were a couple of balls that were misjudged in the outfield, a couple of double plays that could have been turned, and unfortunately, hate to pull this card, but some umpire calls that didn't go our way. So if we clean up a lot of those things that we can control, I expect this one to be a much better game. And the park here at Shirley Povich Field is packed. Cabin John Regional Park knows how to put on a show here for these 7 o'clock games. And in this fierce rivalry, a rivalry in which going into today, these two teams were tied for first place in their divisions in the Cal Ripken Baseball League. But obviously after the Game 1 set, Thunderbolts have now dropped to a record of 6-4, whereas the Big Train has improved to 7-5. So real quick before we get out to the first pitch, let's go over our lineups for tonight's Game 2 matchup, which will go 7 innings. Starting off with Thunderbolts, batting first and playing shortstop from Moravian University, David Vazo. Batting second, playing second base from Clarion University, Tyson Gill. And batting third, playing left field as opposed to catcher from Catholic University, Steve Thomas. And batting in the DH spot, number 26, Braden Foster from Youngstown State. And at third base, batting fifth, number 15, Ryan Quadros from Marymount University. And batting sixth behind the dish, number 27, Vance Bonnier from the University of Massachusetts. And batting 7th from Millersville University, the first baseman, number 47, Brady Grimes. And batting 8th from Mount St. Mary's University, the right fielder, Nathan Rodriguez. Rounding out the batting order for the Thunderbolts is number 46, Caleb Sturdivant from Millersville University. Starting on the bump for the Thunderbolts is Josh Domaraki from Frostburg State. And just in time, we are now approaching first pitch. Starting on the bump for the Big Train here is Cole Ketchum from Ole Miss. And his fellow batter from the University of Maryland is Jacob Hawk. We will go over their lineup before we start at the top of the next inning. As first pitch to Vazo is high, he will take ball 1. Oh, pardon me, that was a strike. I believe it caught the bat as he was trying to get out of the way. So, partner, slow start from the Thunderbolts in Game 1. I definitely expect them to get the bats rolling a little early here, especially how the first game ended, as that one is rolled over to first base, flipped over to catch him for out number 1.
Yeah, and Valzo making his first start of the day. Didn't play in the opening game, and One thing that really stood out, the Big Train, they are the #1 fielding team in the league, so they take care of a lot of ground balls. We saw a couple of errors by them, but it wasn't anything super bad.
Yeah, absolutely, and they are also the #1 hitting team.
Yep.
Leading the league in RBIs as well as home runs. As Tyson Gill will make his first plate appearance of the day. Tyson Gill coming out of Clarion University.
Gill's making his first start as well. This T-Bolts team has a lot of different players who can play a lot of different positions, and that's a strength, especially for Brock Hunter.
Yeah, absolutely, and a lot of moving around. These guys are versatile. Almost like Swiss Army knives, a lot of these guys are. And just, if you look at the lineup from game 1 to now, I mean, Steve Thomas was the starting catcher last game. He's now in left field. Braden Foster started at first base. He's now DHing. Ryan Quadros was in left field. Now he's at third base. So just a lot of movement all around. Guys who can play every position. And it's a good strength to have, especially when you drop the first game of a doubleheader, switch things up, see if you can get a new look.
And Gill will be playing second base today. Saw him at third base. He's a good defender.
And the count to Gill will be 3-0, and that'll be a 4-pitch walk. So Thunderbolts get a runner on the first inning, something they were unable to do in game 1. Definitely a good sign for the offense.
Yeah, a little bit about Cole Ketchum from West Point, Mississippi. He goes to Ole Miss. I actually saw him in the California Collegiate League 2 seasons ago, played in about 5 games for the Conejo Oaks. And he's a guy who has a nice mix of off-speed and fastballs.
The Thunderbolts, this is a team that has struggled with the off-speed pitches. And a great way to adjust to that is, you know, one thing my coach always said is, no one's ever made money hitting off-speed. And if you have trouble with the off-speed pitches, that means swing early. And that ball gets past the catcher, Hawk. And Gill will take off for second on a pass ball. So already with 1 away, runner in scoring position for the Thunderbolts, counts 1-1 to left fielder Thomas. We mentioned it last game, Steve Thomas, the only Thunderbolt with a home run this season. And unfortunately, that stat will not show up on the website as that was a suspended game.
It will be once it gets completed, but as of now, it won't.
Thomas, a guy who has made his mark on the offense this season and has made his mark on his collegiate team, coming from Catholic University, starting catcher for them all season. He set multiple program records this season in hits and RBIs, and he was selected first team all-region, all-conference at the Division III level. So an outstanding season for the catcher, and starting in the outfield today. Still looking to make that impact with the bat. And almost as if right on cue, swings and misses at strike 3. So that'll be 2 down for the cleanup hitter, Braden Foster. And Braden Foster had a couple of big at-bats earlier today that he was not able to cash in on. Had a couple of bases-loaded situation, one of which was late in game 1, I believe the 6th inning, where he had bases loaded, 1 out, and just took a costly strikeout. So glad he's getting the nod again today to hopefully make up for that one. So he awaits first pitch. Good look for ball 1. Over there at second still is Gill. Here comes the 1-0. And that one gets past the catcher, and Hawk will take off for third. Pardon me, gets past the catcher, Hawk, but Gill will take off for third. So 2 passed balls, 2 stolen bags for Tyson Gill. And with 2 away, Thunderbolts have a runner 90 feet away.
Yeah, need to see something here from Foster. Drew a couple of walks in the last game, but hasn't really been doing it offensively. I mean, he's got a big stature. He's got a great frame, especially for a first baseman. And we'll see if he can drive one here against Ketchum.
Absolutely. And two-out hitting is a crucial aspect of a baseball team, as that one has popped up foul. Good teams are able to hit with 2 outs.
Yeah, for Ketchum in his last outing, 4 1/3, no hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. Expect to see a lot of strikeouts, especially for him.
Yeah, big theme with this Thunderbolts pitching staff. They know how to strike out batters. Here comes the 2-1 from Ketchum. That one clips the top of the zone for strike 2. So despite dropping 2 straight, the Thunderbolts have had a very good start to their season. A start that they haven't been used to in recent years. Although the offense hasn't been there, the pitching has been outstanding, and the offense has put up just enough to get these wins. Dropped a big one last night in Woodbridge to the Grays, and on the road again, dropped game 1 here in Bethesda, and hoping to even this 2-game set tonight and get back to even with the now division leading Bethesda Big Train, as well as defending Calhoun Baseball League champions. So full count, payoff pitch. That one is high and away. Foster takes a walk. And runners in the corners now with 2 outs here in the top of the first.
Yeah, I mean, that's another good at bat. Now, 3 walks on the day. Really good day at the plate for Braden Foster, who makes an impact. And let's see what Ryan Quadros can do here. He's got a sweet swing, and he can really turn something up if he finds the right pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Quadros, one of the few Marymount University products on this Thunderbolts team. And for those who don't know, I'm actually a student at Marymount University, and I have worked with their baseball team this past season. And Quadros is a guy who I saw a lot of at-bats out of this year. And Quadros, what an incredibly talented bat he's got as he waits this pitch and looks at another ball. Just extremely fast hands and has a great target to the opposite field. Loves to sit back on off speed and even fastballs and drive them the other way. He's got some speed on him too. Is able to turn a double into a triple with ease. So here's a 2-0 pitch. That one is swung on and driven up the middle, but picked up by the shortstop Martinez and flipped over to Corbin for out number 3. So hard hit off the bat, but that will end the inning. So Thunderbolts, no runs on no hits, couple walks, couple stolen bags, and we will head into the bottom of the first. Score knotted at 0. We'll be back after this.
Burnt Mills Auto Body and Service is located at 10753 Columbia Pike in Silver Spring. It's a one-stop shop for all of your auto body and mechanical repairs. Burnt Mills offers the highest quality in auto body work and repair service, and they guarantee customer satisfaction. Burnt Mills Auto Body and Service, 10753 Columbia Pike in Silver Spring, a proud supporter of the Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts.
So as we await the start of the bottom of the first inning, I'll announce the lineup here for the home team, the Bethesda Big Train. Batting first, the designated hitter from Eastern Carolina, Alex Peltier. Batting second, and undecided first baseman, Matthew Wesley. Batting third, the shortstop from Florida Atlantic, number 12, John Martinez. Batting cleanup from the University of Charlotte, third baseman, number 6, Logan Ponnet. And batting fifth, from the University of Alabama, right fielder number 20, Peyton Steele. Batting sixth from Winthrop, left fielder number 39, Josh Skoronski. Batting seventh the center fielder from Sacramento State, number 22, Brett Ott. Batting 8th, the second baseman, number 13, Parker Corbin. And behind the dish and rounding out the lineup for the Big Train, number 26, Jacob Hauk. Both Corbin and Hauk hail from the University of Maryland College Park. So mostly different lineup, different look here for the Big Train. Pelletier led off in game 1. Ponick got the start in game 1. Skoronsky got the start. Ott got the start. However, Corbin, Hawk, Steele, Martinez, Wesley all in different spots in game 2. And on the bump for the Thunderbolts, I already announced at the beginning of last inning, but if you were not tuned in, is Josh Domaraki from Frostburg State. So Josh Domaraki back on the mound, posting a 0 ERA thus far. What can you tell us about Domaraki, Andrew?
Yeah, Domaraki throws a lot of strikes. He is really a dangerous pitcher. I mean, there are so many guys you want to call aces, but Domaraki could be that guy. No earned runs in 7 innings, and only 4 hits given up, and that was only in 1 appearance. So he's a good pitcher to have, and we will see.
And hope he keeps that up as that pitch is chopped right side and thrown over to first for out number 1. So Tyson Gill and Brady Grimes connect to retire the first batter, Peltier. That'll bring up Matthew Wesley. So yeah, arguably the 2 best pitchers on this roster going in today's doubleheader. Zuckerman on game 1 and Domaraki for game 2. And Zuckerman, although he was credited with the loss in game 1, pitched a fairly clean game. Had a couple hiccups in the first inning, but I mean a couple of defensive mishaps and unfortunate calls kind of cost him his outing. But Zuckerman is a guy who has been consistent in hitting his spots and sticking with his guns. So, although the stat sheet may say differently, a very strong start for Zuckerman, and Domaraki will try to follow that, hopefully giving up a few less runs.
Yeah, and he only gave up 3 earned runs on 5 hits. I mean, most of those were soft singles, so you'll take that as a pitcher.
Absolutely. So Matthew Wesley faces a 3-1 count here. Here comes the pitch. That one is swung on and ripped right into the glove of the shortstop, Vazo. Great awareness there by the shortstop. That one was hit on a line. So Wesley draws strong contact, but ends up right into the glove of Vazo. And that'll be good for out number 2. Batting now from Florida Atlantic, the shortstop, John Martinez. John Martinez will look at a first pitch curveball that falls in there for strike 1.
Martinez had a good day so far, 2 walks. Been a couple of times. He's been a consistent hitter.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the technical difficulties that we have experienced today. We don't anticipate the heat being an issue at all again today. However, our camera is out of commission for the time being. Just, I guess you'd call it an unfortunate setup that we have over here behind the first base side. First baseman Braden Foster was coming in on a foul ball and ran right into the fence, knocking over our camera and damaging it. However, we are still available to do radio broadcasts. So if you're tuned in, please leave us a message in chat. Are you enjoying the broadcasts? Are you not enjoying the broadcast? We'd love to hear your feedback. So full count here now to 3-hitter Martinez. As Andrew mentioned, Martinez had a strong game 1. And he will keep that heat going as he draws a 2-out walk. Definitely not what Domaraki wanted there.
Yeah, a couple of those pitches got away from Domaraki, but still threw a decent amount of strikes. And as a pitcher, you just got to have a short memory and move to the next one.
Absolutely. And that's one of the best tests as a pitcher. and you think you're in control. As that one is softly hit. Left side picked up by Bozo. Over to first. On the line is in time for out number 3. So the Big Train goes scoreless on no hits, no errors, and 1 walk. We'll head into the top of the second. Score 0-0. We'll be back.
Dave and Buster's at 8661 Colesville Road, Suite E102 in Silver Spring combines state-of-the-art games, a mouth-watering menu, and the most innovative drinks anywhere. Plus, watch your favorite sports on large TVs with epic stadium sound. Dave and Buster's at 8661 Colesville Road, Suite E102 in Silver Spring is a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts. Motorcat Restaurant at 6939 Laurel Avenue in Takoma Park is famous for its raw bar and wood-fired grill. It also offers the city's best cocktails, beer, and fine wine. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week, Motorcat is not just food, it also reflects historic Takoma Park's progressive roots. Motorcat Restaurant at 6939 Laurel Avenue in Takoma Park is a proud supporter of the Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts. Nando.
We're back now at the top of the second here at Shirley Povich Field at Cabin John Regional Park. And compared to the top of the second in game 1, I think it's safe to say the temperature has dropped at least 10 degrees. Absolutely scorching hot here in game 1. There were probably no more than 100 fans here, but attendance has spiked since the weather's gotten a little more manageable. I'm guessing the attendance is around 700 here tonight. Good turnout for the Big Train. And with the sun setting here over the right field fence, a nice scene for the fans here. As that one is popped up high and foul. So leading off is Vance Bonnier for the Thunderbolts. Bonnier did not get the nod in game 1, but he is starting behind the dish here in game 2. And Bonnier, one of the many strong catchers on this Thunderbolts team. What do you make of that rotation behind the dish?
I mean, it's so impressive. You never have really 3 guys that can play every position.
So that one is chopped right side and picked up easily for out number 1 by Wesley.
Yeah, but I mean, for these catchers, you got 4 guys who, a couple of them can pitch, a couple of them can play in the outfield, a couple of them are really good defensively. You just have so many weapons. We saw 3 catchers play yesterday, and the fact that we got a couple more catchers in this lineup is really a strong luxury to have.
Yeah, Bonnier starting behind the dish today, but he had a great outing on the mound in that marathon game 1 in Alexandria. One of the many two-way players the Bolts have on this team. But yeah, Andrew, as you mentioned, just a lot of different talents among these catchers. You know, McCarthy has the size and the power, the ability to get on base. Thomas, the same thing, but Thomas a little stronger behind the dish and with the arm. And Bonnier, just an all-around ball player. So you can't go wrong with any of those 3 options. And the Thunderbolts have really been flexing that rotation here early in the season, trying to find a grip on who is the bona fide number 1. And I think they've all been terrific thus far. So Bonnier will look at ball 3. So count 3-0 to Vance Bonnier. And the Thunderbolts batters putting together much better at-bats early in this game than they did in game 1. As I mentioned in the recap, the Big Train jumped out to a 4-0 lead early in that one, as Bonnier draws the walk on 4 pitches. And that'll bring up Grady Grimes.
Yeah, the T-Bolts drew 8 walks in the last game. One more than the Big Train. Saw a lot of walks in that first game, but the fact that you draw 8 walks certainly helps you. Just the hitting department is a little bit weak, but they can turn it around in a hurry.
Absolutely. One of the biggest things the Bolts need to make an adjustment here offensively is bringing runners home, as that one is ripped into center field for a base hit. So pardon me, that was Rodriguez, not Grimes. So Grimes drew the walk, and Rodriguez rips a base hit into center field. So with 1 away, there are 2 on here for the Thunderbolts. Knocking on the door, and as if right on cue, I just mentioned it. Big test here for the Thunderbolts. Can they bring these runners home? They had 2 bases loaded situations with less than 2 outs in game 1, and in those 2 attempts, they brought a total of 2 runs home. So not going to cut against a team this good, as that one has popped up sky high. Tailing foul, and that'll end up just in front of the Bolts bullpen. So Bolts get bailed out on that one. So Caleb Sturdivant, center fielder, batting now.
Yeah, and he's still searching for hit number 1 on the season, but swings like that, love that. Just needs to time it up a little bit more, but really strong.
Absolutely.
Glimpse there.
And I mentioned a little at the start of the broadcast, swinging early, right? If this team has trouble hitting off speed, swing at fastballs. The only time you're going to get those is early in at-bats. Can't wait till you're down 0-1, 0-2, 1-2 to start swinging. So I love the approach here from Sturdivant. Here comes the 0-1 from Ketchum. Big rip. So count is 0-2 now. Cole Ketchum trying to escape this one with no damage. With a couple of the Nationals racing presence over there in his line of sight, he definitely doesn't want to disappoint them. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. That one just misses. Now we ball 1. So count 1-2 to 9-hitter Sturdivant.
Yeah, I mean, he has a really good eye for the plate, too. Really good glimpse at the strike zone, and he is a good defender as well. A lot of good things you can say about Sturdivant.
Sturdivant looking for that big break at the plate. This would be a great time for that. With the top of the lineup looming, Vazo on deck. Here comes 2-2 pitch from Ketchum. That one nicks the elbow of Sturdivant. So, hit by pitch, walk. In this situation, just as good as a hit. That'll be bases loaded with 1 out. I talked about this, and it seems like we talk about it every game. Bringing runners home. Big opportunity here for the T-Bolts.
Yes, it is, and with the top of the order coming up, David Vazo, couple of extra base hits in his past few games. This is the guy you want to see. He had a double in the last game. I mean, the T-Bolts, despite their offensive numbers, if you look at it at a league-wide level, I mean, they've had a lot of competitive at-bats, so you can't really dismiss this team. They have a lot of weapons.
Absolutely. And they're still waiting to find their guy. They've had contributions all over, and we have seen guys step up on the mound, but we're still waiting for someone to prove their presence at the plate, some guy that the Bolts can turn to when they need a big hit. Vazo, Gill, and Thomas, perfect opportunity for them to prove that right here. His first pitch is inside. Good look from Vazo. Now, I was just about to mention, you don't want to be overly aggressive here. You know, any batter with 1 out and the score 0-0, bases loaded, is going to want to swing away, be that hero, and you don't want to get trigger happy. And Vazo rips that one left side. That one is fair. 1 run comes home. And nope. Foul it will be. So fair was the original call. but it was then called foul. Obviously, we cannot tell from where we are stationed here behind first base. But that would have scored 2 at least. And with how far from the line Skaronski's playing there in left field, that might have cleared him. But Vazo puts a good swing on the ball, 1-0. And with the count 1-1, he'll be looking for another pitch like that. Here it comes. Good look there. Inside fastball. That'll be ball 2. Big test here for the Thunderbolts. Here comes the 2-1. That one is high, ball 3.
Yeah, I mean, for as much success as Bethesda's had this season, their pitching has kind of been lackluster. They've had a lot of kind of down performances. The bullpen has let the team down at times. So as much as you can say about how good this team is, I mean, this pitching staff has struggled at times.
Yeah, absolutely. And the 3-1 pitch is ripped high and foul. And I think their biggest trouble this season has been the walks. And you alluded to it a little bit earlier. But just too many walks, putting guys on base when they don't need to, especially with 2 outs. And obviously the Thunderbolts, not a team who has been able to find a lot of offense, especially with runners on. So that hasn't really played well for them thus far, but we'll see if it does here. Full count pitch to Vazo. Catch him. Delivers. That one is inside, ball 4. So Vazo gets the RBI via base on balls, and a great at-bat there by leadoff hitter, doing what a leadoff hitter does. He gets on base, brings a run home. And now Steve Thomas will bat with bases loaded and 1 away.
Pitch count at about 40-ish. So
high number for 1 1/3 innings.
And here comes Sal Colangelo having a word. Or excuse me, he's not here. It's a players only meeting. So everybody's trying to level each other down. But the T-Bolts here, good start. Need some more runs. Only 1 out. I mean, you got to keep swinging it. And I like the guy Tyson Gill and Steve Thomas coming up. Those are 2 big power hitters. So we will see what they can do against Cole Ketchum.
Yeah, absolutely. And despite the rather almost full crowd here at Kevin John Park, the loudest group here has been the Thunderbolts bullpen. They have let the pitchers hear it today. They've provided a spark of energy in the bats that the Bolts have needed, and they will need right here as Tyson Gill was batting. I believe I announced that it was Steve Thomas when he stepped up, but that is my mistake. Steve Thomas is is on deck. So Tyson Gill, the second baseman, is batting now. He looked at ball 1, and now he will look at strike 1. So count even to Tyson Gill. Ketchum sets, delivers. And that one is high and away. Ball 2. Ketchum definitely cannot afford another walk here. Has to pitch to him. Let him put something in play.
Yeah, and both Vazo and Gill very speedy, so this is a dangerous hitter to be facing.
As Gill takes a big hack at the 2-0. Pardon me, the 2-1. Not even the count 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. That one is popped up foul by Gill. Gill kind of reaching on that one, just trying to protect with 2 strikes. Great approach.
And Gill, one of a couple Thunderbolts playing for Clarion, Division II school in Pennsylvania. Had a great year with the Golden Eagles, hitting .324 in about 50 games.
And Gill draws ball 3. And a big payoff pitch for both Ketchum and Gill. I know Gill's begging for something over the plate here. And that he will get, and he swings and misses at strike 3. So Ketchum challenges him. But Gill goes down on strikes. And with 2 away, Steve Thomas will bat now.
This is the guy you want, especially with some extra base power. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Let's see if he can get one going for a rally.
Absolutely. Great option to have whenever runners are on. He'll look at ball 1. Good take there by Thomas. So 2 away, count 1-0. Ketchum delivers. Another ball. So 2-0 the count to left fielder Thomas.
Yeah, Ketchum might be in for a short night. 27 balls, 20 strikes. Pitch count is ticking up. This might be it for him if things worsen.
Thomas rips one high and foul. Yeah, I would not be surprised, partner. In game 1, they took out Lehman very early. I think he only went 3 innings and was, I believe, below 60 pitches when they took him out. So Big Train definitely won to use their guns. Here comes the 2-1. That one is high and inside. Thomas holds back. Big hitters count here. If I'm Thomas, I'm swinging all day. Have him put one right over the middle. Take a hack at it.
This is one of your hottest hitters. Had a hit in the last game, hit last couple of games as well.
That one hits Thomas in the back. He rolls over. And another run is aboard for the Thunderbolts via free bag. Definitely not the way to start if you are a Big Train fan.
Yeah, this is going to be it for Ketchum. Just did not have a good day. And the T-Bolts aren't done yet. He'll be on the hook, all 3 runners on. This is a dream start for the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, Coach Sal chatting the mound, and that will be a call to the bullpen. So we will let the new pitcher warm up and inform you of who it is when we return. You are listening to the Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts Baseball Network. We'll be back here in just a minute.
Nando's Peri Peri Chicken on 924 Ellsworth Drive in Silver Spring is the best chicken in the world because it uses peri peri sauce. From chicken on the bone to wraps and sandwiches, along with salads and veggie options, Nando's is your choice for great food. Nando's Peri Peri Chicken on 924 Ellsworth Drive in Silver Spring, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts. Parkview Capital believes your financial strategy should reflect more than numbers. It should reflect you. As a trusted investment advisory firm, Parkview Capital partners with individuals and families to build and protect wealth. Parkview Capital personalizes strategies rooted in your values and long-term goals. Whether you're growing your portfolio or preserving a legacy, Parkview Capital crafts a clear, customized path to your financial future, one that evolves with you. Parkview Capital, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts. The
So we are back now at Shirley Povich Field, taking over on the bump, relieving Cole Ketchum, number 14, Russell Peterson. Partner, can you tell us anything about Peterson?
Yeah, for Peterson, standing at 6'1", 185, just finished his sophomore year at Whitman College in Washington, Division III school. Appeared in 11 games, 4.29 ERA. Pretty solid arm.
And he is coming in a big spot. 2 away, but bases loaded to a big hitter in Braden Foster. Foster, a guy who we're talking about in this very situation, had a couple of chances with bases loaded in game 1, but was not able to convert. And the count is 1-2 to him right now.
Yeah, and for Peterson, 72 strikeouts and 71 and a third innings pitched this season, so he's averaging about a strikeout an inning.
And he's got some zip on his stuff right now. Foster looks like he's having a little bit of trouble trying to adjust to speed change. Definitely throwing a few ticks harder than Ketchum was. And pitches outside. That'll push the count to 3-2. So a big full count here to Foster. Braden Foster made the start at first base in game 1. He is now a designated hitter. Payoff pitch, swung on and fouled back. All runners going there. They will make their way back to their respective bases.
Yeah, I love this start from the T-Bolts, even if they only get 2 runs, just a really good approach at the plate, a lot of discipline at bats.
As curveball is seen for ball 4, and that'll be another run on the board for the Thunderbolts. So they are up 3-0 here in the top of the second on no hits. And 1 hit in the top of the first. But all these runs coming via walk and hit by pitch. And as Andrew mentioned earlier in the inning, just pitching woes continue for the Big Train. So Ryan Quadros now get another at-bat here. Swings and misses at strike 1.
Yeah, and already 5 walks so far in the first 2 innings. This is a really good start.
Quadros looks at strike 2. And it's awesome putting 3 runs aboard, but all 3 being via walk and the base is still loaded. You want more here. Quadros, 0-2 count, swings and misses. Low and away curveball. So Quadros strikes out and leaves the bases stranded. So Thunderbolts put up 3 runs on no hits, few walks, and a couple of hit by pitch. And they will head in the bottom of the frame, up 3-0. We'll be back after these messages.
The Parkway Deli on 8317 Grub Road in Silver Spring has been dishing up deli classics since 1963. The Parkway Deli is a family business, and their family loves to bring great food and service to yours. The Parkway Deli is open 7 days a week, 8:30 to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays. The Parkway Deli on 8317 Grub Road in Silver Spring, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts. SkyPoint Federal Credit Union. They make banking simple. SkyPoint believes banking should be easy to understand, personalized, and focused on making the community a better place. Whether opening your first account or planning for your future, SkyPoint has the financial tools to help you hit it out of the park. SkyPoint Federal Credit Union. They make banking simple. Visit SkyPoint's branch in Silver Spring. More at skypointfcu.com. Federally insured by NCUA and an equal housing lender. SkyPoint Federal Credit Union, a proud supporter of the Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts.
So the Thunderbolts flip the script from game 2, from game 1 into game 2, and they go up early after putting up a 3 spot in the top of the second. Domaraki would take them out again and pitch to Peyton Steele, right fielder out of University of Alabama. Alabama had a rather disappointing end to their season. That one has popped up, foul. Uh-oh, do we have another repeat? That one is, yep, we do. Right on top of the tent here for the broadcasters. And thankfully, Brady Grimes does not follow suit of Braden Foster and run into the fence. Luckily, we don't have a camera on for that one. I guess it's better that we put it away.
I swear there's a magnet around here. We've seen so many foul balls come at this exact spot.
Yeah, we have. It's been rather uncanny, so, might have been beneficial for us to be in a press box today. Nevertheless, Peyton Steele bats with a 1-2 count. Domaraki delivers, and that one is ripped left side. Picked up and off the glove of Vazo and into left field. So a mishap will put Steele on first. And although that was a routine ground ball, definitely not an easy play. Trying to field that one on the backhand, but I mean, it's hard to tell from this view, but it didn't seem like he needed to go to the backhand for that.
No, he didn't. He was maybe, I don't know, trying to get away from it, but you just, as the shortstop, you got to get in front of that. Unfortunately, didn't there.
Yeah, so error on Vazo. And with no one on, and Steele on first, Josh Skoronski, left fielder with bat now. Big lefty out of Winthrop. Will look to make some sort of noise here to respond to Thunderbolts' 3-run top of the second. So Domaraki's first 2 pitches missed for balls, but he strikes with that one. So 2-1's the count to Skoronski. Here comes the 2-1. Fires it in there, but misses. I'll make it 3-1.
Yeah, for Skoronski standing at 6'5", 220, just a big frame. And this is his second season with Bethesda, played last year.
Now I'll make it a full count. So payoff pitch here for Josh Skoronski. Here it comes. That one is popped up foul. Skoronski really widening out his stance here with 2 strikes. Just trying to put something in play. Here comes the 3-2. That one is ripped softly into right center, but that will not fall. Diving catch by Sturdivant, and the throw back to first is in time. Someone's going to have to check the film on that one from the Bethesda broadcast, because that was an incredible play by Sturdivant. Sturdivant covered about 60 feet of ground there from center, making a diving catch, gets up on a hop, and makes an incredible throw all the way to first to double up Steele. And Andrew, I don't really have words for that one.
Oh my goodness, that was an awesome play by Caleb Sturdivant. That's the play of the week right there. Not even going to review it. I mean, he went full extension, diving it, stealing away a base hit, and then he throws a cannon to first. That was awesome.
Yeah, absolute hose over to Grimes, and what a momentum killer. Just what the Bolts needed, and just like that, 2-way, nobody on, and a big swing and a miss there by Brett Ott. I mean, Skoronski hit that in a perfect spot, but it wasn't that hard hit. You know, it wasn't coming that fast off the bat, so it gave Sturdivant lots of time to cover that ground and get there. And what a heads-up play by the center fielder.
Yeah, you don't see that happen very often. Happens maybe a few times, but that, especially the way that happened, that's unreal.
And I mean, full extension, like you said, that just doesn't happen. So Brett Ott now will try to bring some of the momentum back here for the Big Train. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on and fouled.
And Ott is another guy who's a dangerous bat on this Big Train team, hitting in the 400s.
Count 2-2 here to Ott. That one is in there for strike 3. So an incredible double play and a ring 'em up strikeout, and Domoraki is out of this one unscathed. What an electric bottom of the second. We'll be back for the top of the third.
Silver Spring Jewelry is the Washington area's only complete jewelry store with a staff of 13 jewelry associates and 8 goldsmiths. Now in 3 locations in Takoma Park, White Oak, and Silver Spring. Family owned and operated since 1971, specializing in diamonds, custom engagement rings, repairs, engraving, and cash for gold. Go to silverspringjewelers.com for more information. Silver Spring Jewelry, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts. United Therapeutics is guided by the principles of always striving to do the right thing and relentlessly pushing to always do better. As a result, the company was included among America's best companies by Forbes magazine. United Therapeutics in Silver Spring, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts. Zinnia.
So with all the momentum swinging in the Thunderbolts' favor, they will take the bats again, and on the mound still is Russell Peterson. What an incredible end to that inning for the Thunderbolts defense. After putting a runner on via an error, Caleb Sturdivant made a generational play out there in center field, going full extension dive to make a catch out there in the gap, and getting up and throwing a laser over to Grimes at first for the double play. That's a Sports Center top 10 worthy play. And batting now is Vance Bonnier. Bonnier watches one, fouls one, put him in an 0-2 hole. As that one is ripped into the gap, and that will fall for a double. Bonnier speeding around the bases, thought about going 3, but makes it to second standing up. And Bonnier ripped one that was, I mean, almost identical to the ball that Skoronski hit out there in the gap that Sturdivant made a play on. Obviously, it was hit a little bit harder. Skoronski's had a little bit more topspin, but Bonnier finds that gap and gets it to fall for a leadoff double. That'll bring up Brady Grimes.
Yeah, and Bonnier's been so valuable this season. Gets another extra base hit. I mean, they've got a really good catching room.
Absolutely, and Bonnier, as we mentioned, one of those guys who can deal it anywhere he's in, anywhere he's at. He can DH, he can play the field, he can pitch. Swiss Army knife over there. As Brady Grimes looks at 2 balls to start the at-bat. Here comes the 2-0. And Grimes checks his swing That'll be strike one.
And Grimes almost had a home run yesterday, but just missed it by a matter of inches. He's had a good stretch.
That one is ripped into left field. No doubt about it. 2-run smack by Brady Grimes, and we've been waiting for him to break through on one. And he got a hold of that fastball, turned on it, and Josh Garansky had no doubt that one was gone.
Yeah, I might have spoke a little too soon there. Right as I started to mention that he almost had a home run yesterday, he absolutely drilled that one out to left. That was a mammoth from Brady Grimes.
That was a no-doubter. And the Thunderbolts bullpen being told to quiet down as they are fired up after jumping up 5-0 here at Stojkovic, and they are right back at us. That one is ripped right side, picked up and flipped over to Peterson by Wesley for out number one. And let's go T-Bolts chants ringing over there behind us from the T-Bolts bullpen. And I mean, what an electric start to this one, Andrew.
Yeah, this is a much better start from the last game. I mean, it just feels like everything's flipped at the start. Too many walks given up by T-Bolts pitchers, but now the script has been flipped. 5 runs on 3 hits, already more hits than they had in the last game.
Yeah, and after putting 3 runs on the board at the top of the second, all via the walk, I mean, still kind of felt empty-handed after that, not getting a hit there. But a couple of huge hits here is a big swing and a miss there by Sturdivant. So Sturdivant down 1-2 in the count. He's looking to keep this rally going with 1 away. And he gets nicked for the 2nd time today, and he will take his base. So Sturdivant hands the bat back to the top of the lineup. Baza will bat with 1 away and a runner on.
Yeah, Sturdivant is having a really good game too, on base both times, and he gets a double play. I mean, we're only 2 innings and change in, and there have been already so many highlights. Really great start by the T-Bolts.
Yeah, this is just awesome. A big swing and a miss there by Baza. Here comes the 0-1. Sturdivant takes off, and that one chopped to the left side and thrown over to first. And now Sturdivant is safe there at third. And sorry, I was a little delayed with that call. I thought that ball was called foul. But David Vazzo chops one to the left side, and third baseman Ponnet throws over to first. But great base running there by Sturdivant. He takes second and third on that. So 2 away. Sturdivant is at third. And now Tyson Gill will bat.
That's a really good send by Max Eckert. Brought Sturdivant over to third in just a matter of seconds. That's a really good and aggressive send, and it worked out for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So now Tyson Gill, second baseman, bats. He swung and missed at strike 1. And he will look at strike 2. Here comes the 0-2. That one is chopped to the left side, and a throw over to first is wide. So Martinez, and now a play at second, and he is out. So Tyson Gill rips one to the left side, and John Martinez, shortstop, almost cut off the gap, but makes a jump throw. Gets past the first baseman, Wesley, but the second baseman Corbin was able to get to that ball and make a throw over to second to tag the runner out. So an incredible inning for the Thunderbolts comes to an unfortunate end. They pick up 2 runs on 3 hits, one of which being an emphatic 2-run home run by Brady Grimes. And they will head into the bottom of the 3rd, up 5 here at Cabin John. We'll be back after this.
Zinnia at 9201 Colesville Road in Silver Spring is a restaurant, a cafe, and a tavern. The cafe features freshly roasted coffee and lunch. The restaurant offers dishes made from ingredients grown on Zinnia's on-site garden. The tavern has draft beer, wine, and cocktails. Details at eatzinnia, that's ZINNIA.com. Zinnia at 9201 Colesville Road in Silver Spring, a proud supporter of the Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts. The AFI Silver Theater and Cultural Center in downtown Silver Spring presents the best in American and world cinema. They show classic American mysteries from the black and white era, as well as the most modern digital content from around the world. The AFI Silver Theater also features filmmaker interviews, panel discussions, musical performances, and more. The AFI Silver Theater at 8633 Colesville Road in Silver Spring is a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts.
All right, so in that chaotic end to the top of the 3rd, Caleb Sturdivant actually scored before, pardon me, who was it who got
It was
tagged out?
Sturdivant.
Yeah, Sturdivant scored before Gill got tagged out. So the run got aboard. So back-to-back 3 spots put up by the Thunderbolts, and they are rolling here at Cabin John in front of a full crowd here in Bethesda. Russell Peterson, pardon me, Josh Domaraki back on the mound, and Coach Brock Hunter having a conversation with the umpire here before we get things started. And I mean, Andrew, you couldn't have asked for a better start here from the Bolts.
Absolutely timely hitting, and they draw a lot of walks. They've had over 5 walks. I mean, this is just a really good start, and we saw the power too. A couple of doubles and a 2-run bomb from Brady Grimes that I wish we had on camera because he is heating up potentially. Great guy to have getting going at this time.
Yeah, absolutely. So now batting Parker Corbin for the Big Train. Domaraki gets set, delivers. Curveball in there for strike 1.
Yeah, this game only 7 innings, so Domaraki probably only going to go 4 innings since the T-Bolts have so many relief arms at their disposal. But so far, Domaraki's been strong. 35 pitches. You got a couple of strikeouts. It's been strong.
Corbin rips that one right into the glove of Grimes, who will step on the bag for out number 1. Now at the bottom of the lineup here, catch up Jacob Hawk. Batting for the Big Train. Hawk with that wide stance. He'll look at ball 1 as Domaraki grounds the first pitch.
Yeah, and Hawk actually played for the only Crop Dusters last season. Only played 2 games, but still counts. Coming over to Bethesda.
That pitch is high. I'll push the count 2-0. Here comes a 2-0. Curveball in there. Strike 1. Domeraki delivers, and that one off the end of the bat, rolled over and thrown over to first and off the glove of Grimes. So Quadros makes a good play with the glove, but his throw bounces just in front of Brady Grimes, who's unable to make the pick. So that will be scored as an error. Not sure if that will be fielding or throwing. Andrew, what would you think on that one?
I mean, the throw was online. Brady Grimes just had a bad read on it on the one hop. Can't be mad at that. They're actually going to rule that on Quadros, so won't be on Grimes, but still pretty solid effort.
So an error will put a runner on for Bethesda. And now back to the top of the lineup. Designated hitter, Alex Peltier.
And Peltier had 4 hits in the last game. He went 4 for 4. So this is a guy you don't want to mess around with.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Here comes the 0-2 from Domeraki. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Peltier goes down on 3 strikes. Now 2 away. Matthew Wesley will bat with the runner on.
I mean, Domeraki has such good control of the breaking ball, and he drops a curveball down there that gets Peltier to swing and miss. Just another really good at bat, and he makes quick work of him.
Domeraki's first pitch low for ball 1. One of the pitches popped up high and foul. Right over the batting cages where some inconspicuous kids are playing around. Lucky to have not gotten hit by a foul ball.
Something about it.
So 1-1's the count. And that one is ripped hard and into the gap and right center. Picked up by Rodriguez. Throw in. Is online and is able to hold Hawk over there at third. So a powerful swing by Rodriguez, by Wesley. We'll put 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs here at the bottom of the third.
Yeah, hard hit ball there by a Hokie. Matt Wesley goes to Virginia Tech, and you can't keep him quiet for too long. This Bethesda Big Train team is well coached, and they're going to make you pay.
Now, John Martinez bat now, and he fouls the first one on top of the pavilion.
I think a bounce castle is a very good idea.
0-1 count. Domeraki sets, delivers. And that one is chopped left side and off the glove of Vazo. Actually, I don't even know if that touched his glove. And the throw from Thomas is in time. Steve Thomas showing off that arm no matter where he's at. Normal catcher throws an absolute hose from left field. And the side is retired. Big Train gets 1 aboard. But the T-Bolts silence all movement and all noise that the Big Train was threatening with. And they will bring the lightning here with the bats at the top of the 4th. We'll be back after this.
Ben Norkin of Ben Norkin Architecture at 7204 Trescott Avenue in Takoma Park helps people turn their dreams into their new forever home. Whether it's a renovation, addition, or a new home, Ben will assist you in picking colors and finishes. He'll explain building codes, zoning requirements, and materials that stress energy efficiency. Ben Norkin of Ben Norkin Architecture at 7204 Trescott Avenue in Takoma Park, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts.
Welcome back to Shirley Povich Field here in Bethesda. Andrew Relvas alongside Evan Pack. The T-Bolts up 6-1, and it'll be 3, 4, and 5. Thomas, Foster, and Quadros to face Russell Peterson. First pitch is hit in the air on the right side. Shallow right field, and Corbin makes the catch for the first out in the outfield.
And that was Steve Thomas, the man of the hour. Made an incredible play to end the bottom of the third in left field.
Now Braden Foster will come up. He's been on base twice with a couple of walks. He swings and misses at the first pitch. Foster has had a good day. He drew a couple of walks in the first game. Keeping that up in this game. He swings and misses at strike 2. It's 0-2 on him. Foster played for Youngstown State, standing at 6'5", 230. Big frame. The 0-2. Foster checks swings downstairs. He did not go around according to the third base umpire, and he stays alive in the at-bat.
That's some great strength there, holding back a swing that hard.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Peterson. Foster will take a ball inside, 2-2. Foster hitting 187 on the season so far. But he's a guy who can get going. We'll take another ball low. It's 3-2.
Yeah, Foster has constantly had great at-bats, drawing, as you said, multiple walks today, one of which was with the bases loaded. But, I mean, if he gets a hold of one, he can send one deep out there in those woods.
Ground ball on the right side, grounded to Corbin, and he throws the first to Wesley for the second out. 4-3 put out in the fourth. So a couple of soft outs compared to the other hard hit balls we saw in the couple of innings prior. Now Ryan Quadros will come up for the third time. He's 0-2.
Yeah, Quadros hasn't had the best day at the plate, and with how good the Thunderbolts have been playing all around, I expect him to get going pretty soon.
Takes the ball high. It's 1-0. Quadros from Springfield, Virginia, played for Marymount. And Evan, you saw a lot of Quadros this past year.
Yeah, absolutely, and I alluded to it a little bit earlier in the game. But Quadros is a guy who not much known for his play in the field. I mean, he started in left field last game and had that error earlier at third, but a guy who was just so well-rounded at the plate, drew a lot of walks, batted over 300 on the year, was an all-conference selection for the Saints last year, and a guy who really loved to go the opposite field. I mean, the part that we played at Capital One, deepest part of the field is center, and he had a couple home runs over the right center field fence. You know, a spot that I don't think anyone else went to this year.
1-2, and this one gets away. Got a piece of it. Stays 1-2. Hit 358 this year for the Saints. Behind 1-2. Here's the pitch, and he will look at strike 3. Russell Peterson answers with a strikeout looking on Quadros to end the frame. A 1-2-3 fourth for the Big Train. And we will take a break. Through 3.5 innings, it's the T-Bolts 6 and the Big Train 1. Don't go anywhere.
Burnt Mills Auto Body and Service is located at 10753 Columbia Pike in Silver Spring. It's a one-stop shop for all of your auto body and mechanical repairs. Burnt Mills offers the highest quality in auto body work and repair service, and they guarantee customer satisfaction. Burnt Mills Auto Body and Service, 10753 Columbia Pike in Silver Spring, a proud supporter of the Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts. Dave & Buster's at 8661 Colesville Road, Suite E102 in Silver Spring combines state-of-the-art games, a mouth-watering menu, and the most innovative drinks anywhere. Plus, watch your favorite sports on large TVs with epic stadium sound. Dave and Buster's at 8661 Colesville Road, Suite E102 in Silver Spring, is a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts.
Welcome back to Thunderbolts Baseball. Thanks again for joining us on our radio-only broadcast tonight. Foul ball hit our camera, so we're now going to do radio from the rest of the night on. First pitch is a strike swinging on Logan Ponnett. It'll be Ponnett, Steele, and Skoronsky. And Ponnett 0 for 1, ground out to shortstop back in the first. The 0-1 is clubbed foul, and it's 0-2 quickly. Damaraki currently at about 49 pitches, just through his 50th. 32 strikes, 18 balls. He's had good selection tonight.
Yeah, Logan Ponnett, one of those guys who can kind of do it all for the Big Train. He started at third base in both of these games, but he's had a decent season thus far, batting .275. Couple of doubles, and actually leads the Big Train and the entire Cal Ripken Baseball League in home runs. So a guy who's known to swing for power, but
strike three swinging there on Logan Ponnett. One away here in the fourth. Another strikeout here for Josh Damaraki, his third of the night. And now Peyton Steele will come in, trying to get on for the second time. Strikeouts certainly come in bunches for Damaraki. He had 3 in his last outing, and the first pitch is in there for a strike on Peyton Steele. Steele, a sophomore from Decatur, Alabama, played for his home state, Alabama Crimson Tide, as this one is rolled foul on the right side. Nearly a fair ball, picked up by Grimes.
Yeah, Steele, one of a couple Crimson Tide representatives on this Big Train squad. And for those guys, I don't think they're too happy about playing here right now. I know they had higher hopes for their collegiate season, going in as the top seed in the Men's College World Series after the Super Regionals.
1-2 misses there. Yeah, they had a great season, but season cut a little bit short. Steele only played 8 games with Alabama. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts from Josh Damaraki. Gets Peyton Steele swinging, and that's the second out here in the fourth.
Yeah, Damaraki has been on point with, one, his pitch selection, and two, his spots. He has minimized the walks here and has been hitting with 2 strikes.
So 2 up, 2 down, and here is Josh Skoronsky. Skoronsky played for Winthrop this past season. Veteran on this Big Train team. Takes a first pitch ball. Damaraki fires home, and it skips low, 2-0. From Frederick, Maryland. Was an all-league type player at Catakin High School. 2 balls and no strikes. And Damaraki misses again, 3 balls and no strikes on Skoronsky. Skoronsky was actually recruited to play for Kentucky, but he redshirted in 2024. Transferred over to Winthrop. Here's the pitch, 3-0. Lined right to first and caught by Grimes. A highlight play to end the fourth frame. Done perfectly there by Brady Grimes. Through 4 full innings, it's the T-Bolt 6 and the Big Train 1. Stay with us for more Thunderbolts action on the road.
Motorcat Restaurant at 6939 Laurel Avenue in Takoma Park is famous for its raw bar and wood-fired grill. It also offers the city's best cocktails, beer, and fine wine. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week, Motorcat is not just food, it also reflects historic Takoma Park's progressive roots. Motorcat Restaurant at 6939 Laurel Avenue in Takoma Park is a proud supporter of the Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts. Nando's Peri Peri Chicken on 924 Ellsworth Drive in Silver Spring is the best chicken in the world because it uses peri peri sauce. From chicken on the bone to wraps and sandwiches, along with salads and veggie options, Nando's is your choice for great food. Nando's Peri Peri Chicken on 924 Ellsworth Drive in Silver Spring, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts.
Welcome back to Thunderbolts baseball, top half of the 5th inning. As a reminder, this is a 7-inning game, so we're getting close to the conclusion. Russell Peterson's night is done. He went 2 1/3, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. And the new pitcher is Michael Madigan, and he's facing off against Bonnier, Grimes, and Rodriguez. 6, 7, 8. And for Madigan, sophomore from Syracuse, New York, as it's 1-2 quickly on Bonnier. Played for George Mason. Only appeared in 5 games for the Patriots this year. A 1-2 home, and Bonnier swings and misses at strike 3.
Yeah, this year for the Patriots, Madigan, in his 5 appearances, got 2 starting nods, picking up the loss in both of those starts, and pitched 5.2 innings. And gave up 13 runs, 12 hits. Walked 8, struck out 5, so not much of a sample size in his collegiate season, and this is his first appearance since opening day for the Big Train.
First pitch of ball to Brady Grimes. Wish we could show you what Brady Grimes did in his last at bat, but we'll mention it. A 2-run bomb out to left field. That was without a doubt.
Yeah, there was no question that one was leaving the yard. Skoronsky out there in left field, who in the previous inning got robbed of what would have been an extra base hit for him. Took a couple steps towards the fence and just decided to turn back around. That one was deep into the night, and not sure if anyone went out to get that one, but they're going to have a hard time finding that one.
2-1 to Brady Grimes, who is 1 for 1. A 2-run home run and a walk. Ahead on Madigan. Here's the pitch, and Grimes swings and misses. 2-2. Thanks again for joining us. Apologies for the no camera setup, but we're working with what we got. Long pause by Madigan. Here's the 2-2, and Grimes gets a piece of it. Gets away from the glove of Hawk.
Yeah, T-Bolt's hitters are, depending on how long Madigan is in, they're going to have to make some adjustments for him. He's got a really long stretch, something that really affects Thunderbolt's timing, as Peterson, who pitched with really no windup when he was in the game. Pearson has that really big leg kick and a long stretch over there towards the plate, and a two-seamer that has seemingly some tail to it from what we can tell from here.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Brady Grimes against Madigan, and this is in there for strike 3. Back-to-back Ks from Michael Madigan, and there are 2 quick outs here in the 5th. So 2 up, 2 down, no problem for Madigan, the George Mason Patriot. And now Nathan Rodriguez will come up for another time. 3rd at bat of the game, he is 1 for 2. And Rodriguez just graduated high school, committed to play for Mount St. Mary's next year. He's made a few appearances in the bullpen. He is a good player to have on Brock Hunter's squad, as that one misses upstairs. 2-0.
Yeah, Nathan Rodriguez, another guy who can do it all. A two-way player, stands at 6'4" and 210. And the right-hander has a lot of strength, a lot of power at the bat, and could be a flamethrower for them on the mound.
Here's the 2-0, and Rodriguez grounds it over to third. Couple of hops coming in as Ponnet. He throws an ace over to first to Wesley for the final out. 5-3 put out. Ends the side for the T-Bolts. So 1-2-3 5th for Michael Madigan. And through 4.5, the T-Bolts still lead 6-1. Stay with us for more Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts baseball action.
Parkview Capital believes your financial strategy should reflect more than numbers. Parkview Capital believes your financial strategy should reflect more than numbers. It should reflect you. As a trusted investment advisory firm, Parkview Capital partners with individuals and families to build and protect wealth. Parkview Capital personalizes strategies rooted in your values and long-term goals. Whether you're growing your portfolio or preserving a legacy, Parkview Capital crafts a clear, customized path to your financial future, one that evolves with you. Parkview Capital, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. The Parkway Deli on 8317 Grub Road in Silver Spring has been dishing up deli classics since 1963. The Parkway Deli is a family business, and their family loves to bring great food and service to yours. The Parkway Deli is open 7 days a week, 8:30 to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays. The Parkway Deli on 8317 Grub Road in Silver Spring, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts.
Welcome back to more Cal Ripken League baseball action. The Big Train versus the Thunderbolts in our second game of a doubleheader. In the first game, the Big Train beat the Thunderbolts 8-5, and now the T-Bolts have flipped the script up 6-1 here in the 5th inning. And for the T-Bolts starter, Josh Damaraki, his night is done. He went 4 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, no earned, a walk, and 4 strikeouts, and Bryce Green will pick up the slack here in the 5th. First pitch is a strike on Brent Ott. It'll be 7-8-9, Ott, Corbin on Hawk. And for Green, the senior, played for Florida International, Gaithersburg native. Foul ball on the left side, gets out of play. Green last year was excellent for Silver Spring Tacoma, a 1.93 ERA in 9 games with 31 strikeouts. He was a monster on the mound for the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, Bryce Green, the hometown kid. just finished a couple years at Florida International University, but before that was one of the many JUCO products that the Thunderbolts have, and one of the few Frederick Community College products they had in 2 years at Frederick Community College. Green posted Green posted a 4.8 ERA and 4.2 innings pitched, walked 18 and struck out 42. So a very good 2 years for Green at Frederick.
Strike 3 called on Brett Ott. So the first out is a strikeout for Bryce Green. Gets a good one here in the 5th inning, and now Parker Corbin will try and get this offense going. I mean, for the Big Train, only 1 hit, 1 run in 4 1/3. Ball there, it's 1-0 on Corbin, who is 0 for 1, a ground out to first base.
Yeah, I mean, the script has kind of been completely flipped between these two teams. Silver Spring Tacoma has had stellar defensive play today, and the bats have just been electric, whereas the Big Train, I mean, obviously pitching has been shaky all season, but the bats have been nowhere to be found.
1 ball and 1 strike on Corbin. Here's the pitch. This is whacked in the air out to center. Will drop in front of Sturdivant for a base hit. So the Big Train get their first hit since the 3rd inning. A 1-out base knock for Parker Corbin. Second hit of the night for Bethesda, and now Jacob Hawk will step in.
Guess that was right on cue, Andrew. Just as I said, the bats have been non-existent. Nice little smack over there into right center.
Here's Hawk, the Bethesda backstop. Just finished his freshman year at Maryland, and he takes a first pitch strike. Hawk reached on the 3rd with an error from Ryan Quadros. Slight lead over at first for Corbin, and a pickoff is right on cue. The throw to Grimes a little bit late. Hawk standing at 6'3", 220 from Ellicott City, Maryland. Went to Loyola Blakefield High School in Towson. The 0-1 is rifled in there for strike 2, 0-2. Hawk, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, played for Olney last year. Played on a playoff team, and he's hoping to play on another playoff team here in Bethesda. Certainly well positioned. The 0-2 skips low for a ball. It's 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes with 1 out in the 5th inning. T-Bolts up by 5 in a 7-inning doubleheader. Making our way well into this one. Here's the 1-2, and that is just inside for a ball. Right spot, though, 2-2.
Curveball almost buckled him there. It's hard to find a curveball with that much velo. Bryce Green had some zip on that one.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Green fires home, and this one is waved on and missed for strike 3. 2 straight strikeouts from Bryce Green, and there are 2 away here in the 5th. So the strikeouts are piling up for the Thunderbolts. 2 strikeouts for Green, 4 for Damaraki, and now the lineup will flip over for the 3rd time. Out comes Brock Hunter, though, and that'll cue an infield conference. Very quick meeting there, and Green seems to be fine. Everybody's on the same page. It'll be Corbin at first with Peltier at the plate. Peltier went 4 for 4 in the first game. Tonight, 0 for 2. Long pause by Green. Bunt laid down left side. Going to be a tough play. The throw over is sailed into foul ground close to us. Both runners are going to get over their respective bases. Corbin goes from first to third in a matter of second. Peltier goes from home to second. And now the Big Train have 2 runners in scoring position.
Yeah, once again, partner. Seems like we're a magnet over here. That ball just sailed right over the head of Grimes. and just bounced a couple feet in front of us.
So now Matt Wesley will come in. Wesley has 2 runners in scoring position, and he's trying to cash him in. Strike called there, and it is 0-1. The scoreboard says 1 out, but it should be 2 outs with the 2 strikeouts. 4 errors on the T-Bolts tonight, but hasn't really hurt them so far. The 0-1 pitch is framed well for strike 2.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. You know, the errors have been something that we talked about, you know, throughout these first couple weeks of the season. And although they have 4 today, not something that we've really talked about because it hasn't hurt them. No runs given up on those errors. Vazo's had a couple there at second. And Quadros had 1 at third. And obviously Grimes had 1 just now. But, I mean, yeah, stuff that has to be cleaned up. But I think the plays that have been made out there in center and left kind of make up for those.
2 runners on, second and third. Green's 1-2 pitch is downstairs, 4-ball, 2-2. Matt Wesley tonight, a double and a line out. Seen a lot of line outs, especially for the T-Bolts, making some strong defensive plays, some web gems. 5-run lead, 6-1. T-Bolts over the Big Train in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Green's 2-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. Bryce Green strikes out the side here in the 5th, puts out the Flames, and through 5 full innings, it's the Thunderbolts 6 and the Big Train 1. Stay with us for more Cal Ripken League action on the road.
SkyPoint Federal Credit Union. They make banking simple. SkyPoint believes banking should be easy to understand, personalized, and focused on making the community a better place. Whether opening your first account or planning for your future, SkyPoint has the financial tools to help you hit it out of the park. SkyPoint Federal Credit Union. They make banking simple. Visit SkyPoint's branch in Silver Spring. More at skypointfcu.com. Federally insured by NCUA and an equal housing lender. SkyPoint Federal Credit Union, a proud supporter of the Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts. Silver Spring Jewelry is the Washington area's only complete jewelry store with a staff of 13 jewelry associates and 8 goldsmiths. Now in 3 locations in Takoma Park, White Oak, and Silver Spring. Family owned and operated since 1971, specializing in diamonds, custom engagement rings, repairs, engraving, and cash for gold. Go to silverspringjewelers.com for more information. Silver Spring Jewelry, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts.
Well, we're back here in the 6th inning. T-Bolts up 6-1 over the Bethesda Big Train, a battle of 2 Beltway rivals and 2 teams that are founding members of the Cal Ripken League. Michael Madigan will face 9-1-2 Sturdivant, Vazo, and Gill. And for Sturdivant, the 2 times he's been up, 2 hit by pitches.
Yeah, Sturdivant, a guy who we're talking about at the start of the broadcast, someone who we'd love to see get going with the bat, and obviously we've seen him get going with the field.
Sturdivant smacks us in the air out to left as Sales foul just past the Bethesda bullpen.
Yeah, Sturdivant has made his impact on the field, not just today but throughout the season, but I mean today especially, an absolutely incredible play, and I don't think we'll see one like that for the rest of the season.
Yeah, we'll put it up on our socials as soon as possible, but I mean, that was as bang-bang as you can get, and Sturdivant smashes us in the air out to center, going over his aunt. He makes the play a couple of steps over to his left for the first out. Fly out to center. Looked good off of the bat, but just kind of died out in the Bethesda air.
Yeah, good piece there by Sturdivant, but as you said, just didn't have enough on it to carry.
And here is David Vazzo up for the 4th time. A couple of groundouts and a walk. Facing off against Michael Madigan. First pitch is away for a ball. Vazzo from North Wales, Pennsylvania, played at Moravian in Pennsylvania Division III school. Been a big bat for the Bolts. Ball low 2-0.
Good take there.
We've seen Vazzo and Gill hit 1 and 2 a couple of times this season. Strike call there, it's 2-1. That could potentially be a 1-2 tandem that the T-Bolts rely on a lot this year. They have a lot of speed too. Gill and Vazzo both double-digit steals. Ball low there, 3-1. Temperature has dropped exponentially here at Bethesda. Was as high as 96, now it's in the low 80s. Here's the 3-1, and Vazzo will draw a 5-pitch walk as that one missed low.
A couple great takes there by Vazzo. He wanted to go on a couple of those pitches.
So 1-out walk for David Vazzo will bring up Tyson Gill. And Gill played for Clarion this past season. Division II school in Pennsylvania, so both Vazzo and Gill playing college baseball in the same state. First pitch away for a ball, 1-0. Gill tonight, an RBI single and a walk along with a strikeout. He's had a good day at the altar.
You know, partner, I love all the representation we have on this team, but I also love how a lot of the guys come from the same school. I love how there's still that sense of connection with a lot of these guys. And with so many returns on this team, there's really that sense of community they have. And, I mean, we've seen it and heard it today, especially from that bullpen.
Makes it a lot easier, especially the transition from college to summer ball. That one is going to be called a ball. It'll be 2-1 as Gill didn't hold up with the swing. Tried to go for a bunt. I like that strategy from Gill. He's a speedy guy, so he can really give some of the pitchers some headaches if he can force a bunt in play. 2 balls and 1 strike. Vazzo's off to the race. Bunt laid down on the right side. They'll flip it over to first. It'll be Corbin to Wesley, a 4-3 put out. Vazzo takes second, and the T-Bolts have another runner in scoring position.
Steal pays off there. Would have been an easy double play for the Big Train.
So 2 away here in the 6th inning. As a reminder, this is a 7-inning game. There were discussions earlier for it to be a 9-inning game, but Brock Hunter and Max Eckert shut it down. These players have been out here for a long time. Got here at about 1:30, 1:45. A lot of baseball, and the T-Bolts will be playing games every day next week. A little more on the schedule in a little bit. Foul off, and it's 1-1. Steve Thomas at the plate. Thomas has been a terror to these pitchers. He had a couple of doubles in his last game. Him and Vazzo were both problems for the DC Rays. Tonight he drew a walk, or a hit by pitch, excuse me, in the 2nd. And Thomas tears this out to left. This one will go foul. Had home run distance, but just mistimed it by a hair.
I mean, the sound on that one was just had home run written all over it. Put a tattoo on that ball. If he had just went back on that one a slight more, that would have been the second 2-run home run of the game.
Madigan's ahead 1-2 on Steve Thomas in the top half of the 6th inning. Fires home, and Thomas gets a piece of it to stay alive. Well, Thomas, one of 4 catchers on this T-Bolts roster, and all 4 of them have seen significant playing time. McCarthy, Thomas, Bonnier, all of them playing well. And the 1-2 again. This one is high for a ball. 2-2. Aiden Driscoll, another guy too, has been a good catcher. Played in right field in the first game. Madigan looks back at second. Vazo's going. The 2-2 is clubbed foul, and will do it again. I've been around summer baseball for 2 seasons. I don't think I've seen a team with 4 catchers who can really play every day. It's very rare to have 3, but 4 of them are a key cog in this Thunderbolts roster.
Yeah, you said it, partner, and we talked about this a little bit earlier in the broadcast, but all 4 of those catchers have pieces that they bring to this team in separate ways. I mean, certain one of them are better behind the dish, certain one of them can pitch, and all of them can swing the bat very well. But great depth at the catcher position for sure.
Madigan looks back. Here's the payoff, and that'll be ball 4 high. An emphatic bat flip for Steve Thomas, and the T-Bolts aren't done yet. Here in the 6th, 2 on with 2 outs, and Foster will return back to the plate. And for Foster, he's been on twice, back-to-back innings with walks in the 1st and 2nd, trying to make it a 3rd here. First pitch, Foster will take a strike. This throw from Hawk gets away from the 3rd baseman Ponnet. That'll be a run scored. David Vazo racing in, and the T-Bolts get some insurance. They lead 7-1 from the errant throw by Jacob Hawk.
I mean, Andrew, this really does feel like a flip to the script. I am so used to seeing the Thunderbolts give up runs on plays like that. It's nice to be on the other side of that once in a while.
7-1 is our score. T-Bolts are blowing out the Big Train. Don't want to speak too soon. We've seen some late comebacks by Bethesda, because now we have another another umpire visit, excuse me. We've seen a lot of those today, and that one is a brief meeting. So it's 7-1 as Vazo scores. T-Bolts are in a real good shape here in Bethesda. Foster at the plate, ahead 1-0, and he will take a second pitch ball, 2-0. Madigan has thrown 26 pitches, and he's thrown, 36 pitches, 18 balls, 18 strikes. And this ball is in there for a strike. It is 2-1. Ryan Quadros up next. He's the guy who's trying to get on. Flash the glove defensively. And a strike will be called there. It is 2-1. Now 2-2. Had the count wrong. Deuces aboard here for Madigan. Foster at the plate. Thomas at second. Madigan looks back. He fires home, and Foster will swing and miss. The tag over is off. This ball gets away from Hawk, and a run will advance over to 3rd. So Thomas goes from 2nd to 3rd. Had the strikeout, but the ball got away from Hawk's glove, and the T-Bolts have runners at the corners with 2 outs.
That's a costly mistake there by the catcher, Hawk. I mean, drop 3rd strike. First instinct, always throw the ball. Never attempt to tag the runner on a drop 3rd strike. Just throw the ball over there first. And even though Foster was a little late on the jump, he started running, and Hawk try to reach out and tag him and drop the ball. Really unfortunate break there by the Big Train. It seems like they're starting to fall apart here.
7-1, Thunderbolts over the Big Train. Now here is Ryan Quadros trying to put the dagger in the heart of the Big Train. 6-run lead can really make it hurt with a big swing coming up. Quadros takes the ball.
I believe this is Driscoll batting now.
And it just got announced. So Aiden Driscoll's at the plate. Saw him in game 1. He told me he's going yard. We'll see if he can do it here. The 1-0, and Driscoll will take a ball. It's 2-0. Runners at first and third. It's Foster at first and Thomas at third. Madigan behind 2-0 on Aiden Driscoll. Here's the pitch, and Driscoll rips it right to Madigan. Shows off the glove, and he throws over to first softly for the final out. So a nice play there to end the inning, but the T-Bolts tacked on another run. Through 6.5 innings, it's the T-Bolts 7 and the Big Train 1. Stay with us for more Thunderbolts action on the road.
United Therapeutics is guided by the principles of always striving to do the right thing and relentlessly pushing to always do better. As a result, the company was included among America's best companies by Forbes magazine. United Therapeutics in Silver Spring, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts. Zinnia at 9201 Colesville Road in Silver Spring is a restaurant, a cafe, and a tavern. The cafe features freshly roasted coffee and lunch. The restaurant offers dishes made from ingredients grown on Zinnia's on-site garden. The tavern has draft beer, wine, and cocktails. Details at eatzinnia, that's ZINNIA.com. Zinnia at 9201 Colesville Road in Silver Spring, a proud supporter of the Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts.
Welcome back to Thunderbolts baseball in the top half of the 6th inning. It's the T-Bolts 7 and the Big Train 1. Martinez punted and steal to face Bryce Green in the bottom half of the inning. Thanks again for joining us. Apologies, no camera. Lost the camera due to a foul ball hitting it, but we should have a camera tomorrow at our next home game versus the Gaithersburg Giants. Strike called on Martinez. It is 0-1. Martinez tonight, an RBI single and a walk. Swings at a strike, and it's 0-2. T-Bolts looking to close out the final 2 frames. The 0-2 from Green, and this one hits John Martinez. So that one escapes out of the arm at a weird angle by Bryce Green, and that is a leadoff hit by pitch for the Big Train. Now Logan Ponnet comes up 0 for 2 tonight, trying to change that. Ponnet played for Charlotte, the 49ers in North Carolina. Fouls one off from Wilmington, North Carolina. They didn't play for Charlotte this year, but on the roster. Played for a good team in the AAC, standing at 6 foot 190. Hitless, and he hasn't been on base in this game. Swings and misses. That's strike 2. It's 0-2.
Bryce Green is still zipping it right now. He has done a great job finding his zone. And obviously a little hiccup there with that hit by pitch. But he's got that interesting release with his right hand. Was able to find great velo just from a stretch.
Ball low, and it is 1-2 on Logan Pawnett. T-Bolts are few amount of outs away from splitting the doubleheader. For Max Eckert, mentioned it yesterday, but he said if we couldn't win both, a split would be awesome. It's tough to beat the Big Train,
especially on the road. This is it's a tough environment for a team to play in, but I think the Thunderbolts have adjusted well, and they've had plenty of help from that bullpen.
Foul tipped into the glove for strike 3. Bryce Green gets his third strikeout, or excuse me, his fourth strikeout here in the 7th, and there is one away.
Great recovery there by Green. After hitting the leadoff batter, Martinez just pumps the zone there, and at this point in the game, as a pitcher, your job is just to throw strikes. You go up a few hits, you go a couple runs, that's okay, but you do not need to be walking batters, hitting batters at this point in the game. Just throw strikes and get your boys off the field. Sorry, Andrew. Didn't mean to cut
No,
you off
you're
there.
good. Here's Peyton Steele up for the third time. Rifled in, strike swinging. It's quickly 0-2. Bryce Green is on fire right now.
Beautiful change up there.
No balls and 2 strikes. Bryce Green ahead on Peyton Steele. Here's the pitch, and Steele smashes this in the air out to left. This could be trouble. Thomas will race, and he won't get there. Bounces to the wall. That'll be extra bases for Peyton Steele as he punishes the T-Bolts. A 1-out double brings Steele into second. Martinez over to third, and the T-Bolts are in a little bit of trouble here against the Big Train in the 6th.
You know, great hit there by Steele, but I want to take a second to recognize how, I mean, you allude to this, how this is one of the perks of having so many catchers on your team, because Steve Thomas, from the left field foul pole out there at 330, threw a dot right into the glove of the third baseman, Ryan Quadros. No hop to keep the runner at third without scoring. I mean, I think it's safe to say no other outfielder on this team is doing that. And he had that crucial throw out earlier in the game. I mean, his arm is by far the best on this team, and I'd argue the best in the league.
Fouled off left side. The T-Bolts have a lot of good defenders. They have good pitchers, good defenders. Really a good team. 7-1 lead. Thunderbolts over the Big Train. Josh Skaronski even 1-1 with 2 runners on, trying to showcase that power. And Green sneaks in strike 2. 1-2 on Josh Skaronski. A couple of lineouts for him. Skaronski was the man who lined out to Sturdivant, and that was the play of the year. Sturdivant getting the double play. The 1-2. That just gets away. 2-2 on the outside.
Yeah, that's a play that this team will remember for a long time. That was electric.
2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the 6th. Long pause by Green. He fires home, and he can't find the strike zone. Just a little bit upstairs. 3-2. Thank you again for joining us wherever you're watching from. Glad to have T-Bolts baseball back on the air after we couldn't get through the full game in the last doubleheader. Outside ball 4, so now the bases are loaded with 1 out for Brett Ott after Skaronski drew the walk.
Yeah, a little trouble here for Green and the Bolts. And Coach Brock will head out there to chat with the battery.
Six-run lead for the T-Bolts. Mound visit here by Brock Hunter. Bryce Green up to 35 pitches. You can get out of this inning maybe giving up 1 or 2 or less. You'll consider that a win. And then maybe hand it off to Nikki Keene in the bottom half of the 7th inning, who has been lights out this year. Bases loaded, Skoronsky at first, Steele at second, and Martinez at third. Big Train trying to chip away. Brett Ott 0 for 2 with a pair of backwards Ks. Both strikeouts looking. Stands on the left side. Here's the first pitch by Green, and he gets the call for strike one.
Green in his couple innings has done a great job rebounding and adjusting after that hit by pitch and after back-to-back walks. Always pumps in a couple of first pitch strikes. And just like that, up 0-2 in the count.
Fouled off on the left side. 0-2 like Evan mentioned. Ott from California, from NorCal, Rockland. Went to Sac State. Won a CIF championship at Granite Bay High School on the northern side of the state. Here's the 0-2, and this one is going to be a foul tip. It should be strike three, as Bonnier caught the foul tip.
I think they're arguing it bounced off the dirt first. But, I mean, are we sure that was a foul tip? I don't even think he caught a piece of that.
Again, we don't have the best view, but it should be strike three, and they will say it bounced before. So the inning and the at-bat continues for Brett Ott. We'll see if Bryce Green can get a clean strikeout here. No balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Bases loaded. Long pause by Green, surveying his options. Here's the 0-2, down and away, 1-2. Parker Corbin up next. Here's the 1-2, out and away, 4 ball, 2-2. T-Bolts have only used 2 pitchers, Damaraki and Green. Have a lot of pitchers available, especially with the week-long break. Here's the 2-2. In there for strike 3. Bryce Green freezes Brett Ott, gets his 3rd strikeout on him, makes him a spectator 2 strike 3, and that's the 2nd out here in the 6th.
Brett Ott was not sitting fastball there. And Domaraki caught him with his pants down. Pardon me, Green caught him with his pants down.
2 outs here, both outs with strikeouts. And now Parker Corbin comes up. First pitch, outside for a ball. Well, for Bryce Green, all 5 of his outs, strikeouts. He has been a man on a mission for the Thunderbolts. Bases still loaded, but now 2 outs. Here's the 1-0, fouled away, 1-1. Parker Corbin, 1 for 2 tonight. Ground out and a single. Had the single in the 5th. From Loveland, Ohio, on the west side of the state. Went to Cincinnati Country Day, a good football school. And this ball is in there for strike 2. It's 1-2 on Parker Corbin. One strike away from getting out of the 6th. No runs have been charged yet. Green trying to keep it that way. Here's the 1-2, and this one is popped foul left side towards the Big Train's bullpen. Corbin played for Maryland this past season. Consistent force for the Terrapins, hitting .242 in 28 games. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. T-Bolts leading 7-1. Here's the pitch. Bounces low. 2-2. Nice stop there by Bonnier.
Green's got to find his command again.
Deuces wild for Bryce Green in the 6th. Here's the 2-2. Fouled off again.
Just caught a piece of that.
Got it on the lower end, went with the breaking ball. Parker Corbin in a battle with Bryce Green. Another long pause here by Green. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Here's the 2-2. And that one misses outside again. A full count. 3-2. Huge pitch coming up here for Bryce Green. Corbin, a top recruit in high school. Payoff. And this one is hit well in the air out to center. Sturdivant racing, and he makes a running catch right at the wall. Comes out of his glove, and the runners are going to be safe. All 3 runs come in to score a 3-run double. That's a heartbreaker for Caleb Sturdivant. He almost made another incredible catch, but that one hurts the T-Bolts in a big way, and it's 7-4.
Man, Andrew, if he had just 4 more feet of field there, because he made the catch cleanly, but it was the collision into the fence that popped it out of the glove. And I think he covered more ground there than he did on the one on the diving play. That was just, I mean, incredible display of athleticism on Caleb Sturdivant. But I mean, credit where credit is due. That was a great hit in the time they really needed it.
He caught it. He did 95% of everything you want to do as an outfielder, but just dropped it at the very last minute. And Corbin is at second. Jacob Hawk at the plate. That would have been another highlight play by Sturdivant. It's 1-1 on Jacob Hawk, who is 0 for 2 tonight. T-Bolts still lead by 3. 7-4 our score. Here's Green's pitch, and this one is cut on and missed for strike 2, 1-2 on Jacob Hawk. Back-breaking moment to drop a fly ball there, but that one was a tough play. Here's the 1-2. In there for strike 3.
Great recovery.
Bryce Green strikes out Hawk looking for the final out here in the 6th, but a big 3-run double from Parker Corbin that just escaped the glove of Sturdivant at the very last moment. The Big Train have made it a little bit more interesting. 7-4 is our score, and we'll take a break as we head to the 7th.
The AFI Silver Theater and Cultural Center in downtown Silver Spring presents the best in American and world cinema. They show classic American mysteries from the black and white era, as well as the most modern digital content from around the world. The AFI Silver Theater also features filmmaker interviews, panel discussions, musical performances, and more. The AFI Silver Theater at 8633 Colesville Road in Silver Spring is a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts. Ben Norkin of Ben Norkin Architecture at 7204 Trescott Avenue in Takoma Park helps people turn their dreams into their new forever home. Whether it's a renovation, addition, or a new home, Ben will assist you in picking colors and finishes. He'll explain building codes, zoning requirements, and materials that stress energy efficiency. Ben Norkin of Ben Norkin Architecture at 7204 Trescott Avenue in Tacoma Park, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts.
We're back for more baseball in the top half of the seventh. Bonnier, Grimes, and Rodriguez, 6, 7, 8 due up to face the new pitcher, James Gladden. Gladden, a righty, standing at 6 foot 205, redshirt junior from Baltimore, and pitched at Archbishop Curley. Really good high school in the Baltimore area. And for Madigan, his night is done. Madigan went 2 innings, 1 run, no hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So he was effective in his appearance. He'll hand it over to Gladden. Ball 1 on Vance Bonnier, who is 1 for 3 tonight, a double in the third. Swings and misses at a strike. It's 1-1.
Partner, you said at the end of last inning, but the Big Train have definitely made this one a little more interesting. I mean, Caleb Sturdivant was just a couple feet away from making another incredible play, but the collision with that fence just popped that ball out.
T-Bolts still have a 3-run lead, but a little bit less comfortable than what they had about 10 minutes ago. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2 on the breaking ball. Bonnier played for UMass. Talented catcher that we've seen pitch and can also play in the outfield. The 2-2, and Bonnier bangs this in the air out to center, lined right to Ott at center field to make the catch. 1 away here in the 7th inning.
That was a great read by the center fielder, Ott, and we've seen outfielders have some trouble with that today, reading baseballs and having them sail over their head, especially on the T-Bolts. But Ott first step back, and on a line drive hit that hard. You know, it looks like it's landing in front of you, but they always tail out and go further than you think. So great job and adjustment there by Ott to make that play. Looked routine, but it takes a lot more skill than it looks.
Freddie Grimes back up. Played for Millersville, another Division II school in Pennsylvania. His biggest hit, a 2-run home run. I'll argue his biggest hit of the season. 2-run home run out to left field. 1-1 now. We've seen some offensive fireworks and something that we're hoping we see more of throughout the rest of the season. Sticks on the board. Here's the 1-1. High fastball, swing and a miss. Strike 2. Gladden ahead 1-2 on Brady Grimes in the final inning of regulation. 7-inning doubleheader in Game 2. Long pause by Gladden. Here's the 1-2, and Bonnier rips this on the right side, fielded by Corbin. He slings over to first to Wesley. High throw, gets away from Wesley off of his glove, and Grimes is safe.
From the angle I'm at, that looked a little concerning. The first baseman looked like he pulled a hamstring there. I mean, I assume he's all right, but almost like I could see the muscle kind of contusion there, and he grabbed it right as the ball hit the ground. But the first baseman, Wesley, seems to be all right. But it looks like Grimes is the one who's shaking them now.
That's not good. So Grimes will have a pinch runner, and the T-Bolts have already had a couple of guys who have kind of been affected by an injury bug. Grimes now. Of course, Puvel has been in and out of the lineup. Now the pinch hitter will be
That's Kim. Matthew Kim.
believe so. It'll be Kim. So Kim will be replacing Brady Grimes. And that is just a tough spot to have, especially since he's had a great day at the plate. Strike one called on Nathan Rodriguez.
The defense continues to plague the Big Train today.
Second error charged, and this one is popped foul right to us, close by. And this ball is caught on foul ground by Wesley for the second out. Play made right near the dugout of the Thunderbolts, and that's the second out. And now Caleb Sturdivant comes in. Sturdivant's had a busy day tonight. Had a couple of hit by pitches. He got a all-time double play, a line out and then a throw over to first, a rocket, and then he almost caught the final out in the sixth inning, but the ball popped free at the last second. Two balls and no strikes, he's ahead. Still searching for that first hit, but despite not having any hits, he's still a valuable player. Baseball isn't all about hitting. He's checked a lot more boxes. Strike call there, it's 2-2.
And Sturdivant's had a couple really good at-bats today. I mean, he swung and hit one hard in the right center in his last at-bat, but didn't have enough juice to fall for a hit.
The 2-2, check swing, or rather 2-1. Now it's 2-2. So now deuce is wild for Sturdivant in the seventh inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes, Gladden on the mound. Here's the pitch, and Sturdivant will chop it on the left side, foul. Max Eckert tried to make a diving stop, got past him. And a couple of good plays over on the third base side. So it stays 2-2 on Sturdivant. Another long pause by Gladden. Here's the pitch, and Sturdivant strikes out swinging on the breaking ball. Fools him there, and that is the final out here in the seventh inning. So the T-Bolts have an uneventful seventh inning, and through 6.5 innings, it's the T-Bolts 7 and the Big Train 4. 3 outs to get. We'll see if the T-Bolts can beat the Big Train for the first time since last year.
The AFI Silver Theater and Cultural Center in downtown Silver Spring presents the best in American and world cinema. They show classic American mysteries from the black and white era, as well as the most modern digital content from around the world. The AFI Silver Theater also features filmmaker interviews, panel discussions, musical performances, and more. The AFI Silver Theater at 8633 Colesville Road in Silver Spring is a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts. Ben Norkin of Ben Norkin Architecture at 7204 Trescott Avenue in Takoma Park helps people turn their dreams into their new forever home. Whether it's a renovation, addition, or a new home, Ben will assist you in picking colors and finishes. He'll explain building codes, zoning requirements, and materials that stress energy efficiency. Ben Norkin of Ben Norkin Architecture at 7204 Trescott Avenue in Takoma Park, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts. Ben Norkin of Ben Norkin Architecture at 7204 Trescott Avenue in Takoma Park helps people turn their dreams into their new forever home. Whether it's a renovation, addition, or a new home, Ben will assist you in picking colors and finishes. He'll explain building codes, zoning requirements, and materials that stress energy efficiency. Ben Norkin of Ben Norkin Architecture at 7204
New pitcher in.
Trescott
It'll
Avenue
be
in
Nick
Takoma
Keene
Park,
replacing
a proud
Bryce
supporter
Green.
of
The
your
final
Silver
line
Spring
for
Takoma Thunderbolts.
Green, 2 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. And it'll be the top half of the order. First pitch is fouled on the right side.
I made an ugly sound at the bat. It might be a crack in that one. Hit that one right off the hands.
So this will be J.J. Hand, the pinch hitter replacing Alex Peltier. Final inning of regulation. 3-run lead. This is a save situation for Keene, as that one missed 4 balls, 1-on-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Keene's pitch is outside for a ball. J.J. Hand, listed as a catcher, sitting at 6'2", 205 from Bristow, Virginia. Played at Old Dominion, and he was ranked as one of the top high school catchers in the state of Virginia. Here's the 2-1. That's low. 3 balls and 1 strike on Hand. Well, for Keene from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Played for Eastern Michigan this past year in the MAC. The 3-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. And for the Eagles, 20 games he appeared in on the hitting side, and 17 games he appeared on the mound. 6.4 ERA. The payoff. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nick Keene strikes out J.J. Hand in the top half of the second. 1 gone here in the 7th.
Great combo there. Absolutely incredible combo there by Keene. Ends it off on the curveball right in the middle of the zone. And we got 1 away.
1 away, and Matt Wesley comes in. He hits a foul ball on the right side that goes scorching foul. 0-1 on Wesley. Keene, another Frederick Community College player, spent 2 seasons with the Cougars. And going to Middle America for the Eastern Michigan Eagles. 1-1, that pitch missed low. T-Bolts are 2 outs away from their first victory against the Big Train in a year. The only game the T-Bolts won was Game 4 of the series, an 8-4 win here in the 10 a.m. game. 2-1, that pitch missed on Wesley. The T-Bolts haven't been swept in recent years. They are a couple of outs away from getting a win here at Shirley Povich. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out on Matt Wesley. Keene already has 1 strikeout, looking for a second. Base is empty. Bottom half of the 7th. Here's the 2-2. That one gets away from Bonnier. 3-2. Really solid crowd here at Shirley Povich. Another one of many themes going on tonight. They do a really good job here at Shirley Povich. Here's the payoff, and this one is golfed foul on the right side, out of play. T-Bolt's a couple outs away from making the series 2-1. Bethesda versus Silver Spring Tacoma. Battle between Keene and Wesley. Long pause by Keene on the hill, all alone. Another payoff, and this one misses low. Ball 4. One out walk for Wesley here in the 7th. So the Big Train aren't done yet, and now John Martinez will step in for the 4th time. An RBI single, a walk, and a hit by pitch. He's been on base all 3 times. First pitch is in there for a strike. Keene 9 strikeouts in 3 1/3 innings pitched this season. Bounces low, it's 1-1. Logan Ponnett stands on next. These are the big guns for the Big Train. Guys you want to see, top of the order. Wave and a miss, and it's 1-2. Keene fires on another fireball. Blows by Martinez. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner at first. 1 out here in the bottom half of the 7th. Here's Keene's pitch. And swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 strikeouts for Keene in the 7th as he blows by another one past John Martinez. 2 away with Logan Ponnett due up.
Martinez a couple of really big swings to end that at bat. And Nick Keene staying on the strikeout trend. He's gotten a lot of those thus far.
Now we're going to see another pinch hitter. It'll be Emilio Gonzalez, the Florida native from Cape Coral. Grounds on the right side, foul. Matthew Kim over at first base. Or excuse me, looks like it's Driscoll over at first. 0-1, Gonzalez behind on Keene. Here's the pitch, and Gonzalez will take a ball low. 1-1. It's actually Braden Foster over at first. So Foster, the first baseman, and Gonzalez in a 1-1 count. This one ripped on the right side, and this will be a fair ball. Racing from second and scoring is Wesley. And over to third with a clutch RBI triple is Logan Ponnett. And the Big Train answer the bell. Once again, 7-5's our score with 2 outs in the 7th inning.
Big Train come one step closer. Thunderbolts need 1 more out, but tying run on base. It's definitely got a little bit more interesting here at Shirley Povich.
Peyton Steele at the plate. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1 out to get here in the bottom of the 7th. The T-Bolts are desperately searching for a win. In there for a ball as Steele did not swing around.
I thought that was going to be called strike.
Yeah, it was the right spot, but according to our home plate umpire, they didn't warrant that. 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 outs here in the 7th. Here's the pitch, and this one is fouled off of the glove of Bonnier. 1-2. Big Train downs on their final strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Gonzalez at third. Keene on the hill. Long pause by Keene. He fires home, and this ball is hit well in the air out to center. Sturdivant will make the catch out in center field, and that's the final out here in the game.
And who else but Sturdivant to make that final out?
Makes a nice catch into center field, and that's the ball game. The T-Bolts beat the Big Train 7-5 for the first time in a year, taking down their Beltway rival. In Game 1, the T-Bolts lost to the Big Train 8-5, but the Thunderbolts answer the call and come back with a big victory in the night game. And for the T-Bolts, this was another really good start from their starter, Josh Damaraki. 4 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. And the offense was strong, especially in those middle innings. We saw a couple of 3 spots in the second and third, and that offense carried their weight throughout the rest of this game, Evan.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's almost like all the things that we talked about that went wrong in the first game, Thunderbolts took into account and cleaned up here in a second. I mean, you look at the scoreboard and see 5 errors on that board, but that is not reflective of what this defense put together today. This defense put together a highlight reel, a season's worth of highlight reel for any given college baseball team. I mean, they just played with passion today. Bats got rolling, and something they had trouble with last inning was getting runners home. Multiple base-loaded situations with less than 2 outs in Game 1, and they only brought home 2 runs in those situations. So today, they got runners on, they brought them home, and obviously in that second inning, they were all via walk and hit by pitch. However, that big 2-run slam by Grimes was a real hammer, nail in the coffin, emphasis on that. And then the emphatic and just incredible play out there in center field by Sturdivant, and the throw out and left by Thomas was just real exclamation points on what was an all-around team win for the Thunderbolts here in Game 2.
Really good win by the T-Bolts, who now improve to 7-4, tied with the Bethesda Big Train. So these two teams, same record, and these two have gone back and forth. And we can't wait for the next game between these two teams because this has been some really high-quality baseball. The winning pitcher for the T-Bolts, it is Josh Damaraki. Losing pitcher, Cole Ketchum, and the save is credited to Nick Keene. Thunderbolts beat the Big Train 7-5 for the first time in a year, and they get their first win against their Beltway rivals. We'll be on the air tomorrow at 6 o'clock versus the Gaithersburg Giants at Blair Baseball Stadium. Hope to see you then for what should be a good matchup, and hopefully the T-Bolts can get another win at home. And we should have a camera tomorrow. We'll keep you updated on that. Stay updated on our socials. We'll have everything for you there. And with that being said, thanks so much for tuning in. T-Bolts win 7-5 here at Shirley Povich. From Evan Pack, my name is Andrew Relvas. Thanks again for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Saturday night.